know, but I like being the second guy that entered the door.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 1. And we're
Should
live on
be.
the internet right now with the Ember Podcast episode 2. Uh, yeah, just quickly talk about the show. We're just testing things out right now, trying different things, seeing what sticks. I mean, most people here have zero experience with all of this stuff, so we're trying to figure it
That
out
is an
all out.
understatement.
Oh yeah, definitely, and we're gonna talk a lot about that today with our guest Daragh. Say hello.
Hello,
So quickly, just I guess explain who you are.
I am Daragh. I am the Public Relations Chair of the
People here
LIA.
have zero experience
I
with all of
found
this
my
stuff.
way in here when I was working with the then Irish Liberals, who are now called the Irish Liberal Association,
Mm-hmm.
through a project we were working on to get what was it?
The free
Oh yeah, it was
speech project, the comics.
it was it was a blasphemy referendum going on. We were
Yeah.
trying to repeal blasphemy from the constitution. So I came over here asking for comics and such to be done up for us, and I was the head of that there. Then eventually got more involved in the LAA, then Irish Liberals, and now
Then we
PR chair.
stole you, I guess, like
Yeah.
which happens a lot. Yeah, I mean, Irish Liberal Association, good relations. Me personally too, uh, especially with
mm,
the Dutch group and the Irish group, right? Our meet
mm,
up with Tom International.
uh,
second one for me. The other one was in England with the UK guys. Not great fun.
was that was that for Speaker's Corner?
Yeah, that one was Speaker's Corner in Amsterdam with Tom. We just like hang out there, went to some good bars, drank a
Mm.
few pints of Heineken, which you guys really seem to like in Ireland. Is that true? It's like
Yeah,
it's
there's a
our
big
version
Heineken
of
building in Main Street.
Budweiser. So enjoy. Uh, Nice little tangent already, I guess. Let's talk a
we
bit
call
about.
it
Hmm?
we actually call it Dutch Gold here.
More like Dutch
I'm not
piss.
joking.
I don't like beer, so I wouldn't really be able to tell. Yeah, but let's talk about PR a bit. If I'm right, you were the one with the most difficult job of following up Stanta.
mm, yeah, so Tanta was um so useful for us because like being PR chair, he was like our main editor. So I'm
A,
not a writer, so
a lot of
it's really
main
good.
things. Yeah, great
A
fucking
lot,
writer
yeah.
too.
Yes, Santa, please come home. Um,
We all miss you very much.
plays Gary come home, but it's it's a Tanta come home.
I swear I might get like a soundboard or something in the future.
It's like so Tanta, please come home. Me,
Uh,
I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
we
um,
we should like all just literally show up in real life with a boombox. That would be hilarious. I would love to. I would like love to waste 4 days for a joke like that.
Liberalism meet up brigade. Santa, Santa.
Would be great.
Don't do that, please. Anyone, we do not condone any brigading of former LIA members. Leave them alone.
Unless they want.
Unless
Uh,
they ask for it. Yeah,
mhm. So
consensually.
about PR, yeah, we've been trying to keep the Ember alive and failing a bit. I mean, none of us are writers. A lot of
No.
our staff here is also foreign, which doesn't help. English
Mm,
as a second tongue and trying to write in that it's difficult. I mean, I've tried once, like an article about I think it was the Dutch elections. Yeah, but the only thing I'm like able to write is information because emotion is a bit difficult to write about in English. Yeah, but PR, social media, we've been trying to keep alive. That's also a difficult job.
Mm. Yeah, I've least kept alive posting up what you call them, freedom crips every Friday.
Mm-hmm. Always loved that idea. Uh,
Mm.
I mean, you were there last week, right? At the
No,
weekly meeting, no?
no, I
Oh,
was there.
I went into like a huge tangent about how social media is only it's such a battle for attention, and
Mm.
because of I think it might be something baked in with algorithms. Like if you have an algorithm do something, there will almost always be a way to game that, and because of that, it's a bit of a race to the bottom for attention.
Mm. That's why like Elsa and Spider-Man videos like explode on YouTube because they're all kid friendly and such.
Hmm?
You're not aware of that?
No, just didn't understand you.
So on YouTube, I don't know if they're prevalent anymore, but there was like this channel or group of channels that would have guys dressed up as Elsa, Spider Man, and the Joker, and
Ah,
they would make
right.
very
Yeah.
interesting videos, and they would like get like 10 million views a video. So
Yeah, I
really
guess
weird.
the same is true with YouTube, but I would say to a lesser extent uh, because you're searching for something to watch, not just uh, like reading what it brings you, right?
Mm.
It's a bit more of an active
Um.
search of content, so it's yeah. For children, it's still a problem because they just click, well, they just get showed the next video, and especially with those uh, well, it happens to adults too, especially when we are prone to act a bit more like children because of certain substances. We've all been in the YouTube hole, I think.
Mm.
Like,
I haven't fell
yeah,
down one of those in a while.
no, no, same actually. But I would say the problem is a lot smaller on YouTube compared to, well, especially Facebook.
I haven't used Facebook in a while, but
Yeah, pretty
I feel
much the
like
only
some.
reason I use it is like the Dutch liberalists, the LIA, and uh, yeah, some meme groups and stuff.
But I think the worst site for hang me if you want to Reddit
Yeah, I've
because Reddit
actually
has like a
never been
karma
a
system.
Reddit person. Yeah,
Don't make a Reddit account. Won't
already
work.
did also for the
Oh,
LIA, but
damn
never
it.
never actively browsed Reddit.
If you value your time, don't make a Reddit account. Seriously.
Now yeah,
You
but
spend
but
hours on it.
Reddit, it's the karma system seems like a kind of
Shit.
social credit system, you know, that
It
that episode
it
from Black Mirror,
or
the
just
rating
China now.
system, or
Or just
just
China right
China
now.
now, right? No, but no, because there it's the government prescribing how to distribute points, and here it's a situation of people giving the points, so it's a bit more like the Black Mirror episode.
Mm.
How did
But
we? Oh, right, social media.
how did you get here? Just to suffer. But on Reddit, you accumulate karma points and shit. And I've deleted and reinstalled Reddit like a couple of hundred times. No, no, that's an exaggeration. Like about 5 times. And it's like eating Pringles. If you know what that feels like, you know, like you never stop.
Oh,
There's no such thing
not a
as
fan of
stopping eating
Pringles.
Pringles.
Well, the same thing is true with like normal chips, I guess, when you open a bag, and
it's pretty good,
especially when you're
especially.
doing something else. And
But
yeah,
also another thing with the whole social media thing, Twitter is like even worse because
oh sure, yeah.
if you notice about it, like the the most jaded, passive aggressive tweets gets over like 100,000 likes.
Yeah,
You know,
I've heard about. I think it was Jordan Peterson who said that. Well, it might be that people were angry are way more likely to react, or people. Well, I would definitely say that you are earlier to react if you have strong emotions towards a post. So again, it's all attention seeking. Be the most well, not precisely divisive, but uh, being controversial just because that gets you attention seems to be a problem lately, I would say.
but I have a controversial just going with the flow as well. Gives you a billion likes.
Well, sure, and obviously when it's your job, of course you would do that. Like I get it, and if I were a professional YouTuber, I would probably do the same. It's a problem with the system, and I personally don't see how you can stop the problem with an algorithm because there's always a way to game it.
But the thing is that like so many people are already on it that you have to get robots to do it yourself.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I'm not saying
Like,
get rid of the algorithms or anything. That would be impossible.
and did you hear what was it? Nerd City. He uploaded a video about possibly how the YouTube system works. Is that they what was it? They export their work to countries in the Middle East, which in fact uh, targets disproportionately videos about LGBT. So videos that have like LGBT, gay, lesbian, anything like that gets flagged more often than anything
Well,
that doesn't.
of course, because the algorithm gets told find offensive things, and
No, it's not. It's not the algorithm. It's people. It's people looking at it. Well, according to this video, at least, because he's saying he's putting theorizing that because the countries that the job is being outsourced to are places like Iran or Pakistan and like Saudi Arabia and such. And because those places don't have a positive opinion of the LGBT community, they just flag the stuff that has it, you know.
okay, yeah, I could see how that could happen on individual cases, yeah, with yeah.
Fact. Oh shit, I just demonetized the whole stream. Oh no.
Like we were monetized anyway. Uh, if you do want
True.
to give us money, go to the website. There's a
Mm.
PayPal giving link there. You can
Oh,
get
what was the
it.
thing?
You can actually get it deducted on your tax. Not that I exactly know what that means.
I remember PewDiePie, he was in the video and he found out that if you just say, "Would you like to buy a house?" You should buy a house. You know what, you can buy a house. And he
Better
said that if you
ads.
do that, you can get monetized. And that was the thing he heard. And he just shouted for about a good 20 seconds or a minute. And the video just goes, "Would you like to buy a house? You should buy a house." You know?
I wouldn't actually be surprised because well the way these as far as I know, the YouTube algorithm, all that stuff nowadays is like neural networks, right? So it just gets told to do a job. It gets told how the right result looks, and it just does it.
it works like, so if the algorithm flags something and then you appeal it, it then gets sent to a human person. And then
Uh,
if the human guy says, no, the algorithm made a mistake, the algorithm adapts to that and then says, okay, I'm not going to flag that anymore because the human told me not to. So it works like that.
sure, but I could also see how they would make cost benefit situations for certain videos. Like,
Mm,
well, okay, this video could is like really valuable content, but he mentions two no words. Normally we would flag this, but because of the money, it would be worth it. That might be the case. I wouldn't be surprised
well, that's
if
actually
if
is
Google
the case.
if Google ever wants YouTube to be profitable. That is.
What you know what they're going to do, or at least said they're going to do? They're going to delete channels that aren't making enough money.
I heard them say. I've heard things about them putting something in their terms of services that say they have the right to terminate your channel if it isn't profitable.
Profitable. Yeah,
I think they used a different word, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean,
that's like,
technically, they yeah, it would
like
no
does that
longer
target?
be YouTube, and I hope if they stop. Well, if they just want to become the next Netflix, let them do that. Competitor will take its place, but right now it's really annoying because it's they're controlling the whole market and they're pushing towards more and more control. It's no longer YouTube, as in broadcast yourself. Their slogan that they no longer use.
Mm, you're saying we should break up the social media companies, like we broke up the banks.
Uh, Not what I said. I think there might be an interesting conversation there though too.
mm,
On like another side tangent.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure something will happen. Like maybe a crash might happen in a few years that might splinter off Google, YouTube, and such.
Yeah. Is like Facebook and Twitter, are those actually profitable? Like Facebook is, I think, but Twitter,
Don't know.
I know they're a
Mm,
public company, but as far as I know, they're still losing money. Uh, like Snapchat and all those. Well, Snapchat got bought by Facebook, so like
yeah,
most social media is companies run their stuff at loss, right? Now
I'm not
I
sure.
know it's the case with YouTube and especially with like a lot of the startup platforms.
Just looked up. Twitter reports small user growth and small profits, according
Ah, okay,
to
so
EN
they
Gadget.
find
Yeah.
yes, stupid move of them to block political advertising. That's probably gonna cost them their profit. That's probably a
Mm,
pretty big market around elections.
like
I
the
guess
whole
we'll see
political.
next year.
Mm, oh, imagine freaking the Democrats get in and then they remove that stuff. They remove like the political. Um, you can like put ads on your political thing or some. Like, I should be interested in seeing if a Democrat gets in. Let's say Biden gets in. God
It
forbid.
had nothing to do with like politicians. It was just a decision by Twitter.
I know, but like, I would like to see how social media reacts to that.
Ah, right. Yeah.
You know, do they get like very lax with like the establishments, or do they stay the same in
You
principle?
mean
Or
you want to see what happens if the, so to speak, establishment wins? If the rules will get more lax again?
maybe I would be interested to see
Yeah,
because like all this
true.
stuff kind of started with Trump, with the Russian bots and such and such. That was
Yeah, yeah,
a weird
yeah,
time.
true. uh, very weird timeline. Uh, Sometimes really funny, other times extremely depressing.
Mm. Can we just go back to our Haran base and that boys?
Uh,
A simpler time.
yeah, like 2008 or something.
No, 2016 was great.
16, really?
2016 was amazing for memes. It's so
Yeah, true,
cancerous though.
true, true. Really bad year for me though. Great year for memes, I
Mm.
guess. Maybe those two have something to do with each other. I don't hope.
The correlation to memes and oh, what was
But like just
political growth,
crippling depression in the.
crippling depression. There's gonna be like APA studies on memes in the next couple of years.
Uh, you mean like meme studyology or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I think
before
like
somewhere.
yes, I think I know of like a sketch where they did something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if it already exists because well, a lot of a lot of companies nowadays, really big companies, go pretty loose with their Twitter and stuff. I enjoy it.
Mm.
It's better advertising than usual, you know. I
And you
don't
being a
mind.
shit poster was profitable.
Well, it's gonna be the same thing with like gaming 30 years ago, right? Where grow up, Johnny. This is never gonna be a job.
uh,
30 years
yeah,
later, that teen wins. The 16-year-old wins. What was it again? 3 million. The Fortnite tournament.
yeah. He's 14.
14. I thought
Yeah,
he was 16.
no,
F- uh,
it was like a million, 3 million, something like that. Yeah.
Imagine being that rich at that age. That's not gonna be good for a person, you know.
So Billy, what you do in the summer? Oh, I made bank playing Fortnite.
And I mean, I've seen a lot of people like judging the kid, saying things like, "Yeah, I don't get how professional gamers miss shots ever."
Boomers,
Things, yeah, a lot of boomer
boomers.
interviews, right? I get where the money is coming from. So, yeah, especially if you look at sports, it's already bigger than a lot of sports. So I'm not surprised that the prize money is that high. And well, I respect a good hustle, although I think it's a terrible game, Fortnite.
Yeah,
Hey,
I only played like three
if
games
yeah,
though.
yeah, if I could make 3 million dollars with it, like in 2 years, that's a good salary, even for those hours.
Like, there's actually talk of like possibly getting esports into the Olympics.
I've heard, but I think they eventually said no to that. And personally, I would be against it too for the reason that chess is also not an Olympic sport.
Same. I was
It
about
it,
to say,
it
yeah.
might have been in the past, or something like that, or a sport
Arts,
similar to it.
arts was an Olympic game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean I know they had some wacky sports in the early Olympics, so
in like the
not
20s.
surprised.
Yeah, should bring back arts. That'd be cool. Just
uh,
something draws Pepe in like in like, oh, what's his name? Oh, Spanish guy.
just the
Painter.
text Pepe is freedom. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, about
Some
that we about Pepe's freedom specifically. Can remember like a Dutch event where we had like people signing these cards with "Freedom is." I don't know if you heard about it.
Probably remember.
Like I drew a Pepe on one of them. It was great. Like a
Did you get
really,
arrested?
really bad Pep. Not here yet. Luckily, I wasn't in the UK.
Mm.
I might get it on screen if I can really quickly fix it live. Uh, this is a bad idea, but
You might crash the stream, so be careful.
oh, that's actually the wrong thing. Just keep talking.
Uh, oh no.
Where were we?
Pepe. The memes. Or esports, or Olympics and shit. Like, I remember, like, I think they're actually gonna have skateboarding in the Olympics also.
Skateboarding is
Like,
cool, I guess.
yeah, I love to see Tony Hawk participate in that. I think he still skateboards, even though he's like, well, close to his 50s. Something mixing in
Okay.
Japan.
Uh, don't look at my toolbar. You definitely couldn't see a bunch of like torrented shit. Uh, you shouldn't
All
be
I've seen
surprised I
is,
used to be in the Pirates Party. Yeah, I already clipped it.
yeah.
Of course, of course. I want to go to photos. I probably will be. Yeah, fucking love this. Well, it was pretty hard work. Me and Boris stood there for like 7 hours. We were supposed to stand there for 8, but at the end we were like, yeah, my legs are hurt. I'm hungry, and I could really use a drink right now. I'm gonna call my dad actually, who picked up all the stuff, so we could
Mm.
go away again. Not great, yeah. Flyers. Here I was teasing the banner. Hmm. Let's see if I can find that picture.
I'm looking at the stream. I think we're about. I'm trying to figure out how behind the stream is.
It should be about 30 seconds. Ah, perfect. I found it. So you'll see that in a bit. Just gonna put it right here. Looking back, like I can actually see it's Pepe, which I couldn't see in real life. Uh,
Mm.
I'd like quickly drawed it with what's that thing called? Like a marker while looking at a Pepe on my phone, but
Oh, there.
not an artist, okay? He's supposed to be happy because he's free.
His eyes glowing. Is he Sans from Undertale, Pepe?
Well, it's a marker, right? So it's reflective ink a bit. I'm gonna turn the screen
Very
capture off again.
JD is. Oh God, what's up with you Dutchman?
Little secret Pepe right in the stream. Happy to do that.
Your stream was taken down by the what was the organization called? ADL, or was I? Who were the ones that branded Pepe the hate symbol?
The
ADL, yeah, Anti
yeah Anti Defamation
Defamation
League,
League.
right?
Mm.
So I guess that's us being done talking about PR, a horrible PR disaster. I might add. Uh,
Yep.
it should be your job to not make this happen. You know.
Yeah. Since when did Pepe hurt anyone?
Uh,
Please don't show me something that Pepe did.
Well, I mean, you need to be able to have fun, right? Else, this stuff isn't worth doing. Like any other, like things from what should be ancient memory by now. Fun things. Putting you on the
But like,
spot right now, definitely.
I'm trying to go through my head and see what, like, all the memes we had all of those years ago.
A lot
Oh,
of memes. Like I have a whole folder right now with just LIA memes.
the memes minutes.
Yeah, and let me just tell you guys some of those I would not show on this stream. Definitely. Fuck. You remember, were you around when the third liberalist at the zoo happened? I think you weren't, right? A bit later.
No, I showed up in like September, I think, of
Mm.
last year.
Ever seen the picture of the not so Freemasons we took with Rambo?
No,
Really?
no, don't think so.
Also, definitely not something you should show on a stream.
No, send to
Well,
me.
I'm gonna do it anyway. You must have seen the
No,
picture.
show it to me before you show it to them.
You sure?
Yes, show it to me. Come on. You said it should be PR. I'm being PR right now.
And
I can't
can I
see.
show that, Mr. PR?
What was the context of that?
Well, I would be able to tell if I could show it.
No, it doesn't seem that bad. If it doesn't make us look bad, then sure.
Wait, yeah, it's working. Uh, well, there's the picture. Quickly away again, and oh shit.
Oh,
You might I might on accident showed the map itself.
mm,
Well, most of the stuff will be too pixelated, so anyway, luckily. Well, about that picture, it was like the third liberalist day at the zoo. We showed up to watch some guys who had put some bricks in front of a real estate office. Uh,
right.
Kind of their joke or something. It was like against gentrification. It was Antifa and a bunch of those. So we called them the not so Freemasons. It was great.
Mm.
Yeah, and we were just there documenting shit and stuff. And I guess a lady, like typical, like purple hair, 1,000 piercings. Well, asked us to hold it. I mean, Rambo like looks like a proper fucking like communist, right? Uh,
Well,
fuck it.
he was, wasn't he? He was socialist in his time.
Yep. I'm just gonna put it on again. Show you guys. We made a lot of memes of that picture. Just like the little fist in there is great, and I definitely know we blew cover at that moment because of my laughing. Uh,
It's
uh,
okay. Wait, these aren't it.
you,
These
you
aren't.
you you can see my face here. Like I'm trying to hide like the biggest fucking smile in my life, you know.
It's like that scene in Monty Python. Are there any men here or women here or any liberals here?
Right. Exactly like that. Uh, yeah. Pretty much like that. I was there
No,
to
no.
see
We
what
hate freedom
Stonings
and the
is like.
patriarchy.
Mm-hmm. Great day that was. Like afterwards, we started walking a bit, and well, you guys could see like the Pirate Bay a bit ago. I used to be part of like the Pirate Party in the Netherlands, and
Mm.
I was gonna make points. Oh yeah, yeah. And when we were walking there, we actually saw a guy from the party. I've tried to contact like people in the party about it, but to no avail as of yet. Like multiple fucking sources. Just to, if you don't know the Pirate Party, it's like a well, they
They
came
like them.
from like a right to torrent things for personal use, like a sort of fair use, but for everything. You know, like if you're not making money off it, and especially
Right.
me, who were younger, could really agree with that because I was dirt poor, and I still, yeah, you know, for me it was a situation of well, I'm still dirt poor. For me, it's a
Mm,
situation of like playing the games or not playing the games. So it's not like the company is losing any money because of me doing it.
mm,
So it's like, yeah, I can support this, and I want to be active a bit. So I went to a like meeting there. So I recognized him from there. And yeah, it's like we even got camera footage because we were live streaming. You can find that at periscope.tv/tfogmind, something like that. You should be able to find it with that. Uh, yeah, so just asked him questions like, "Hey, you're that guy from the Pirate Party, right? Do you think it's he has a position like in the board of directors or something? Like, do you think
mm.
it makes us look good? At the time, I was still a member. That you're at a place like this, and he was like, "Yeah, if you don't like it, you can just file a complaint." I guess he knew it wasn't gonna have any effect.
Hmm.
Bit strange. Definitely a very big moment for me. That shit
Big.
can make you really paranoid.
Yeah. What, they're going to kick me if I complain?
Especially because the communists, like in the Netherlands, it's 100 people, I would say, about 100 active activists.
Just 100?
Uh, Tops. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it were 50.
Hmm.
Communism has never been relevant here. There's been one communist mayor in the history of the Netherlands, which is in like
Right.
an area we call we well they used to call Little Stalingrad or something like that, somewhere in Groningen. Like just a bunch of weird farm like an area where there are a lot of communists for some weird reason. But
And
except
that's a
for there,
communist
yeah.
commune.
But except for there, it's never been relevant in the Netherlands.
I think in Ireland it's not quite communism. It's mostly just socialism and social democracy.
Yeah, sure,
Is like the
sure,
closest
sure.
Ireland's gotten.
The
So
like the socialist party here isn't really that socialist. Though like that too. Our socialist party is really weird. They're against the EU. Uh,
same
they've
here.
talked about how we need to keep our sovereignty and stuff. And when I heard that,
Same
I'm
here.
like, wait, so you guys are national socialists now?
Like you would expect socialists to be in favor of the EU, but like
Well,
they're not.
it's not big enough of an empire, right?
Yeah, it has to be a one world socialist republic. What's
Also
the phrase
known
called?
as hell.
There's a phrase for it, like a continuous revolution, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever
sure.
Trotsky came up with.
Yeah, that yeah.
Because socialism can't exist if there's capitalism, because capitalism will always be better. Like that's it. That is actually why socialism fails, among other
Yep.
things. And like when socialists always say, like if uh, we should do a stream on just ripping socialism. Like
That's like another great idea.
just
Into
just
the
go
memory hole it goes.
mm,
So
but like
many great ideas just in that box of, yeah, we're gonna do this when we're not so tired of all the bullshit.
mm, because like I remember like with Venezuela, like if socialism's so good, why are people running towards the evil American empire?
Oh yeah,
You know.
exactly. I mean, try to find refugees fleeing from a capitalist nation to communist nation in large figures, and I'm not talking about that one soldier, that one American who defected or something, or like the
Mm,
however many South Koreans it is, because it's a lot less than from the north to the south.
yeah.
Like, and when they're going to North Korea, it's probably for family reasons and not because it's so great there.
Yeah. Like I've been a instrument of the capitalist patriarchy. I'm going to join the Workers' Republic and live in a smelly, filthy apartment and have
Yeah,
my every
it's a
movement
shame.
I've done.
It's a shame how socialists deny that that's real socialism, because, well, the real reason is because real socialism, of course, can't exist. So every attempt, well, isn't real socialism.
But no, I'll give socialist communists a benefit. Their understanding is that socialism is the progression towards communism. Communism is the end state. They see Soviet Union, every other thing, the progression to communism. But to quote Jordan Peterson, if the way to get there kills millions of people, then at the end of it, it's like great, we're in communist, but there's a big ass pile of people dead because of it. You know?
Yep. And I mean, yeah, family is still one of the most important things for us humans. So good luck creating a like more. It's gonna hard to cheer everyone up. Well, when they all know someone that has died because of direct government policy.
mm, hmm I'm surprised like North Korea hasn't, you know, like that powder cake hasn't just popped yet. Because like there's
Well,
so much pressure around them as it
it
is.
does show how powerful the Met doctrine is.
It's probably because they have such a low population as well that they're able to keep control of it. You know?
Well, yeah, it's basically Kim Jong, well, the Kim family holding the whole country hostage for the last whatever how many
50
years.
years, 50, 70 years.
Yes, it's more like 70, I think. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, well,
Population. Oh, Chrome F off.
like
Pop
12 million,
25 mil. 25
25.
mil. So that's like the size of like a big Z.
Well, 25 million. That's the
The
Netherlands
size of London.
times
Yeah.
and like 1.5.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty big. Like two Belgiums, I think.
Mm.
I mean,
Interesting.
just being with Europeans here, like hmm, 25 million. Uh, I think some like metropolises are probably more than that, but like that's probably the biggest city on Earth or something.
Like Hong Kong, New York,
Let's see, Shanghai 24.1 million, and that's the biggest one. So
such as yeah, so Shanghai and this square and the
so
density
right,
of
so
North Korea,
about the population of the biggest city in the world lives there.
which makes you think that actually Oceania in 1984 that the site it's all of the Americas, Great Britain, Australia, and the islands in the Pacific. It's just one big communist country or communist fascist country. That will pop very quickly unless the
Right.
party has like an omniscient presence over every single person, which it practically almost do.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. That's the reason Inksok can survive, right? They have so much control, and
like they, it seems like they treat every single person as unique individual because like they built in the story they railroaded Winston into the shop where he would meet. Oh, what's her name? If you remember his girlfriend, Julia.
yeah, I
I
wouldn't
think
be able to do that on yeah, bad with
because
names.
like he moves into this shop. Who the owner of it is like one of the secret police. Like, oh, if Red 984 is like that, just imagine that, but every single person on Oceania is being treated like that.
Yeah, pretty much. Only way to make it work is to treat everyone as an individual to be able to
But
destroy the individual.
yeah, like individually desirable. And like, because one of the great scenes is when Winston is on the table and his arm is being pulled. Uh, what's his name? The guy has like a picture, and this picture doesn't exist, but Winston is seeing it in his face of three IMSOC members who were killed. And like he's
Mm-hmm.
shown his face, and this picture does not exist, not really. And it's basically him showing Winston that we know everything, like and everyone else knows nothing.
Yeah,
And
I'm getting confused between the
oh,
book and the movie now because I know there were a few differences, right? Like,
I haven't seen the movie.
yeah, I think in the book it was fingers or something, like 2 or 3 fingers. I can't remember. It's been.
Um,
I need to read it again. It's been like 4 years or something since I've read it.
oh, it's fresh in my
Like,
memory after one read. So
still, it was.
scary.
I was 15 at the time. Quite a different person. Well, 19 now.
Like 1984 is, I would say, the best horror book ever.
I like the
Like when you
description of horror book. Yeah,
like it when you think about it, and that thing almost being possibly what that
I
did
just
happen. Like
like seriously, for anyone watching that hasn't read it, go and do it. And I also just want to say we should have uh, it like given out in English classes everywhere, including here.
mm, it should be mandatory reading. Yeah,
It's yeah. I don't I wouldn't want to force it, but I would want everyone to at least have read that book.
it's either that or the Gulag Archipelago, which is about 2,000 pages. So take your pick. The Gulag
Right, and
Archipelago
if you're
is
really
written by.
lazy, go read Animal Farm.
I just listen to Jordan Peterson talk about communism.
Yeah, Animal Farm from Orwell. It's also about
Yeah,
communism.
yeah, but it doesn't get it. It's about the Soviet Union, but it doesn't get into the real gritty as 1984 does. about how like omniscient the party was.
Well, I mean, 1984 was fiction. The Gulik Archipelago, not right. Well, maybe part, but
That's basically a biography, essentially. Yeah. Um, Good Archipelago is, if you don't know, was written by Charles Nixon. Yeah, so he was a prisoner in the gulags, and the book
I've heard
Three
about it.
Books is his accounts of A, society at the time, and B, what was like in the gulags. And he says that this is from Jordan Peterson. I haven't read the book. Um, that society as itself basically just lied to itself, saying that this stuff didn't happen. Your neighbor didn't disappear. They just never existed. You know. He said that
Mm-hmm.
the only way the Gulag archipelagos could have happened is if the people didn't lie to themselves
Yeah,
about it.
exactly. Because
Which,
if you couldn't lie about it to yourself, you would go crazy, or you would do something about it. Well, you would try to do something about it, probably not succeed, and then go crazy.
which is kind of like,
And
have
then
you
get
read,
shot by the KGB, of course.
yeah, have you read, was it Man the High Castle?
I've seen a few episodes of the TV series. Uh, it didn't really grab my attention. Don't know why.
Right.
Setting
I haven't
seemed
read,
great.
I haven't, I haven't read it or watched the TV show, but I had an idea that would work in it. Is where like in America, no Germans run the American part of America. It's all Americans. It's Americans oppressing Americans. And like you would have like a scene like at the end of Brave New World or the end of 1984 where like let's say the Fuhrer at the time, like Hitler's son, whoever, is saying that we set up the system in a way where there's a ladder that is so attractive to even the people who are being oppressed that they will climb it and are willing to oppress the people below them like crabs in a bucket
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. I'm just saying like that. I think that would be like a great idea to play up in Man High Castle about it even because for Jordan Peterson again. Can you tell I watched a shit ton of Jordan Peterson in the past 2 weeks? Because one of the
I've
things
had
he
those
mentions,
periods too.
one of the things he mentions is that like Nazi guards is that one thing you need to realize is that the Nazi guards are humans and so are you, which means that you can do as much evil as they can do. So it
Yep.
would play into that how, you know, like your oppressors are still human, just like you. How are you any better than them? Real spoopy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
Yeah.
horror. That's real horror. Where like you're scared of yourself.
Yeah, and on that note, we've been going for almost an hour now, so probably about time to stop ranting about stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I wanted to end off of Pepe, but okay. Yeah,
Well, we can always end off on Pepe. Let me
okay.
just.
Look at
Do I
Pepe
still have
memes.
it all?
Yeah.
God damn it! Well, this is gonna take a second. In the meantime, look us up on our social media. They're down below. If you want to help us out volunteering, that would be very much appreciated. We have a ton of jobs that we have to do, which we would much rather give to you.
Join the Discord, join the Facebook, come in contact with any of the chairs or anyone else if you're interested. All are
Yep.
welcome.
Yeah, check out our other social media for like posts mainly from us too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've been running the social media pretty much lately, right? So I was saying, like, if you want to see posts written by us, go to our Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned on this Facebook channel. God damn it, on this YouTube channel for new shows, new series. We're probably gonna take this format, try to tweak it a bit more, and we're right now trying to get more educational videos up right now. So stay tuned for that too. And well, here's our picture of Pepe, as you can see. Also,
Be sure. Yeah.
it's not working. Shame. Also visit the Dutch Facebook. Now we're here. And on that note, thanks for watching. If you have any tips, please give them. We have no idea what we're doing. And till next time.